All right, we're here today live with Mr. Nick Krem. He is the king of content. I can't wait to get him on here and ask him some questions.
Make
But
sure I close
first,
out all my apps.
let's play the video.
This is Honey Badger Nation,
where real estate agents from around the globe come together
to grow, collaborate,
and expand their business.
Where we take our individual fires and put them together and make one big fire.
This is the Honey Badger Nation.
All right. Here we are with Nick Krem today. Welcome on the podcast, Nick. Gotcha. Did I lose you? Oh, hold on. I got to bring you back in. Hold on. Something happened. There we go. Let's bring you back in. I saw you at the bottom there. You must have lost your internet. So you're back.
Yes, there we go, Ed. I'm here. I'm with you.
All right. Sorry for the technical difficulties, folks, but we're on board here with Nick Krem. As I said, he's the king of content. Learned a lot from him. I've been following him for a couple of years, and he's one of my favorite honey badgers. So here we go. Nick Krem, introduce yourself. So tell us about you a little bit. Can you hear me?
Ed, my internet, I don't know. There we go. Am I good right here?
You are good right here.
All right. I might just have to stop on the side of the road and do this call right here. Yep, I got you now, Ed.
All right. Well, we'll do a short one if we need to. We'll hook up again next week. All right.
Yeah, I can definitely do that with you.
All right. So I know, I know a little bit about you, but we'll tell the audience, like, how did it all begin? You got into the real estate business with Albie, didn't you? And then ISA and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Man, so no, that's exactly where I started. It was I started at a call center, right? I was doing every agent's favorite job. I was on the phone for 15 hours a day.
Yeah.
Right. So I was on the phone for 15 hours a day, calling from 8 a.m. on the East Coast all the way to you got me, Ed?
You're breaking up. You're back, but you're breaking up.
All right. How about now? You got me still?
I got you. We'll try this. If we have to bail on this, we'll just reshoot another one.
All right. So if you got me right here, I'm literally just going to stop here until somebody comes behind me.
Okay.
All right. There we go. So here's what I did. I started as ISA calling 15 hours a day, right?
Yeah.
I'll go from 8 a.m. on the East Coast to 8 p.m. on the West Coast. And I started as a call center. And for me, it was what was that? That's a one book quote. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Because man, I'll tell you what, 15 hours a day can really, really do a number on you. But at that same token, that's when I really learned the real estate industry like the back of my hand. You name it CRM, I was in the back end of it. You name a branding strategy, I learned it. You name a differentiation factor, I pitched it. So that was the time that I really sat down and really got, it was inauguration by fire, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
And I'm sure around me. Sure, Albie kept you busy. So.
Oh man. He kept me busy with clients all over the country and outside the country too.
Yep. Then you started. On your own. You started getting into the, more about content. You started your own company. Right. Content cards.
Yeah. So that's what I did. I learned from the absolute best. Our group, man, the people that we have at the top, they are the absolute best. They're experts on what they're talking about. And they told me since the very beginning, don't create something that sounds good. Create something that solves a problem. And if you sit around us, if you can solve our problems, you can solve a lot of people's problems, right? And that's what Content Cards was. It was something that solves a problem still to this day. You think about everyone's going digital, everyone's going virtual. And the problem is people forget the reason we have technology. The reason for technology is to make our lives easier, not more difficult. right? So what we do with content cards is we take all of these links that people have online, all these videos, their social media, and put it in one singular place, right? And we made it even easier. Be @English.work, @English.me. There you go, right there at the bottom. And that way, people know exactly where to go to get information. It's easier for you. It's easy for us. It's easy for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, that's killer right there. And it does make it easy. And everything's on my link down there at @English.me. The power of collaboration. This is the power of collaboration. People like Nick Krem. We collaborate all the time. I never met Nick Krem in person, so not yet. Anyway. But but I've been following you for a couple of years, and I've listened to what you had to say, and I want to share this with my group, with my group at EXP. I have 19 agents that are looking up to me, and I see what you say about video. You always said, video. You got to get started with video. So how does an agent start?
Man, that's a great question. And man, Ed, so here's what I did, right? It's not a busy street, so I just pulled over, threw my hazards on. They could go around me, right?
All right.
So we're good to go now. I found good internet here. So yeah, I think the best place to start is really identifying what do you do differently. Identify what you do differently, and you got to let people know what you're all about. So many times we forget about these simple principles, right? The simple principles is people choose you because of you. It's not the brokerage you're at. It's not anything else. It is because of you and the individual that you are. And on top of that too, the easiest place to start, Ed, and you're a great shining example of it right now. Interviews. Man, I'll tell you what, the best interviews to do, the best videos to do are interviews. Because number one, especially if you're not as comfortable on camera, if you have somebody else that's on there with you, if I stop talking, man, Ed's there to pick it up. If Ed stops talking, I'm there to pick it up. So that way it can be interactive, it can be fun. And on top of that too, if you interview somebody who has been on video a lot, it will make your life infinitely easier. Why? Because they have the comfortability, and eventually you become more comfortable as well. Right. So starting with interviews is the number one place to go with.
Well, you're teaching a guy that's old school. Like, I started literally, like, next week is my 32nd year in real estate.
Woo! That's older than I am.
Like you're probably what, 26 years old?
27. Hey, 27 now. No, yeah, 27.
Yeah. So we didn't have cell phones, and we didn't do video,
right?
You learn, like you said, technology is here to make it easier, not harder. But what happened all along the way? Agents kind of fought change. Change. Oh, I can't do that. They don't like change. So,
and Ed, I think you make a great point as agents aren't willing to adapt, but I also think it's a lot of the teachers out there making it more difficult than it has to be. I think a lot of these self-proclaimed gurus, and especially even the ones that speak to real estate, they don't know what the day of an agent is like. They don't know how much work goes into being a real estate agent. And then they come up with all these complex solutions and all these shiny freaking objects that make video harder than it has to be, make technology harder than it has to be. That's where we looked at this like, dude, I know the life of a real estate agent. They're on the phone 24/7. They're on the clock. They're out there working. They're out there, and video cannot take up more than a half hour to an hour a day. If it does, it's not going to happen.
Right. You said in the beginning years ago that just shoot something. Don't worry about the background and how good your lighting is, or you want good lighting, but like I got a ring light and it's not that great, but whatever. You're in the car. I heard from I saw a little clip yesterday with Chauncey Pham. She's killer, man. And I saw a clip of her, and she said, you guys are just out there. She calls it y'all are out there shooting your videos and then shooting them again and again and again and reviewing them and checking them before you send. She's like, don't do that. Just put it out there.
Yes.
Who gives a crap? Like, who cares? I mean, I hopefully you guys don't care that Nick didn't have any internet in the beginning of my interview. So that was kind of awkward, right? We could have bailed that whole thing right out.
We could have.
Yeah.
And go ahead, Ed.
Well, that's what I mean. Just get it out there. So
Right. And that's a great point, man. One of the biggest mistakes that people make, and dude, I made it too, is I never watch any of my videos anymore. I literally do not watch them. I might here or there if it's like a hype video that was edited that we send to the team. Besides that, I go live and I'm out of there. I go live and I'm out of there. I don't watch my live videos.
Yeah.
I'll rip my side.
Yeah, right.
There are professional actors after an entire edited movie that still go back and pick themselves apart, that think they could have done things better. And they do that, best believe that we're going to do it to ourselves, right? Don't go back and watch it. That's a great point, Ed.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it. So
Just do
where did
it.
agents start? All right. So what mistakes do you see agents make when they're using social media?
Yeah, man, I would say number one, highly edited videos. And you might say, well, that's not a mistake. Some people want to look professional. I agree with that. But here's the trouble that runs into. You lack one of the most important things in social media: consistency and speed. Because if you're posting one video every 2 weeks, you are going to lose. I really don't care how good you think that video is. You will lose. You are losing real estate in people's minds every time you wait 2 weeks to post a video. So these people out there that are trying to send it to their video editor, get the video back and say, I need these tweaks, and then send it back again. And all of a sudden, 3 weeks later, you got a $3,000 video that's not really going to get you too much because you already lost real estate in people's mind. All that video is going to do is reintroduce you. Man, you got to post fast and consistently. You have to get over yourself. I know in real estate, we have this crazy thing called ego. Look, a healthy ego is great, but an unhealthy one can be detrimental to your business, especially when it comes to video, because then you're going to want everything to be perfect. And guess what? There's no such thing as perfect. We have a great saying here with content: good, better, best. Good is the best. Let's go. It's good. Let's keep moving. Let's keep shooting and being more consistent.
Right. And you could interview all kinds of people. I remember you saying mortgage reps, title people, whatever. You can go to a restaurant and give a rating on it. That kind of stuff just gets you more content. The more content, the better. If it's consistent.
Yeah.
If you're hitting the public. So what about posting the same stuff, right? In the news, keeping current matters, like. Does that set you apart?
Here's my take on it. It doesn't set you apart. It doesn't give you authority. And here's the thing, right? People pay us to be the expert in real estate. They don't want us to just share an article and say, hey, go learn this. What value are you really adding to them? The true experts can take an article and say, hey, guys, I just read this article. Here's what you need to know. Look, the person who's the expert can make things so simple anybody can understand it. You share an article that talks about market absorption rate. See ya. I have no idea what you're talking about. You're not an expert, and chances are I'm not going to watch your next video. We have to. I always remember this one video. It was this guy comes door to door selling almanacs in the show Friends, right? And he's selling almanacs to Joey. And he asked him a question: have you ever been in a room where they're all talking about something and you have no idea what they're talking about? And you just got to smile and nod. It does all these scenes of him smiling and nodding. That's what happens when most people share those articles. People are just sitting there smiling out. Oh, yeah, the market absorption rate. Yeah, that's bad, right? Is it bad? They have no idea, but nobody wants to seem stupid. So they won't ask a question, especially to somebody who shared an article, because then they're expecting that individual to say, well, it's the market absorption. What do you mean? The expert is someone who can break things down in a way that everyone can understand, because guess what? When I have a question, I'm going to go to the person I understand, right? That's what a true expert does.
Right. I can see that with market absorption rate. We use that for years, and you got to explain what it is first.
Look, I'm still a little fuzzy on that subject.
Well, we would use it when we were trying to price a property. It didn't matter. It is a valid, thing to use. It's just that you're right. If you put an article out there, people don't even know what that is.
Absolutely.
Right. Any advice to scheduling content? Do you use an app? Like, do you? I'm sure you schedule content regularly, and get it ready ahead of time.
Man, Facebook Creator Studio, Creator Studio is free, and it just speaks to it's literally the platform. It is Facebook, so it's the most accessible, like the easiest one to use. And to me, it speaks to the platform's greats, because it was literally made for it. You don't have to do third-party apps connecting, and then all of a sudden someone else has your password. It's all within Facebook Creator Studio. You can schedule your posts. Highly recommend that place.
Good.
Yeah.
So, so that kind of wraps up that part. And then I just wanted to get into your take on attending events. So I'm going to bring it up because you are hopping, you are bouncing off the walls after going to see Grant Cardone this week. Like,
dude,
share some insight, man, because you are.
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
man. Going and seeing people in person at events will absolutely change your life. I'll tell you what, my life forever changed the first time I paid to go to an event out of state just for the sole purpose of paying, like the sole purpose of investing in myself. Number one, if you have not been to a Grant Cardone Business Boot Camp, I believe anybody who believes they're in business has to go there. Period. Has to go to that event. It is the most life-changing event for me as far as business goes, because those guys are operating at such a high frequency that, man, you want to disrupt people in real estate, go to a Grant Cardone Business Bootcamp. But for me, just to be there and experience any type of like event, to experience someone who's performing at an ultra high level in person, it's an aura. It's a feeling. It's an experience. To me, in-person events, there's something that you cannot. I'm a big guy on video. Don't get me wrong. Video is amazing, and it can do such amazing things. But in-person events, that is where revelations happen. Revelations happen at big events. You want to have a life-changing experience, you got to go see some of these people you see on video in person.
Right. I know you really got a lot out of it, and I see you posting every day about the.
Oh man, a couple times a day.
10x quotes.
Yeah. Oh, do you got that book?
Oh yeah, man.
The 10x rule. Awesome. Great book.
10x rule.
Great book.
This is an awesome book. It's an awesome book. Right now I'm reading Brian Carruthers.
Untrapped. I don't have that one.
Building an Empire is awesome too. I got that one too.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. I learned that from like listening to Jay Kinder and Michael Reese.
Yeah.
Reading books. Like how many books you think they read? An awful lot.
Yeah.
This isn't just real estate related. It's like
not at all.
The top people in any industry. What do you think they watch the news? No. Like watching the news is negative, man. That puts negative energy in the back of your mind.
So negative.
It reminds me of something earlier. Yeah, go ahead. Comment.
No, I was gonna say the news is literally paid to be negative. It is paid to be negative, and they're paid to. Dude, I can go on and on about this, but just realize the source things are coming from. They're paid to be negative. They're literally like, imagine if you got paid millions, if not billions of dollars to be negative. How much negativity would you put out there? Right? Those people sell their souls, but that's a whole nother thing.
Right. Well, years ago, I don't even have this book anymore, and that wasn't a book. Yeah. So I'll tell you how old it is. Right. So a friend of mine. Yeah. HB Olson. I don't even know where HB is anymore. He gave me a cassette tape, right? Do you know what a cassette tape even is, Nick?
Oh, I'm familiar. Hey, look, I'm right on that cusp, right? So yes, I know cassette. I know cassette tape.
And I played it in my car all the time. Was
that an 8-track player?
Yeah. So it was by Norman Vincent Peale. It's The Power of Positive Thinking. And that cassette tape
I know that one.
My life. I think that's when I stopped watching the news, because that was all about vibrations and positive thinking.
Yeah.
And you can't. That news goes in your subconscious. Let's face it. Turn it on. What do you see? Who got killed? Who got raped? Who got murdered in a car accident?
Yeah.
And then they give you the weather and the sports. It's like
And if you're in Cleveland, both of those are negative too. The weather and the sports.
Hey, the Browns were good. The Browns were doing all right.
We did all right. Well, just we got a bunch of fans who forgot we were 1-31 a while ago, and they can't just be happy that we won some games. But see, and again, that's the media saying the Browns should be 16-0 and going to the Super Bowl, and now we can't even be happy that our team was like 8-8 or whatever the hell we were.
Yeah, right. Who cares, right?
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
I
Yeah,
know. Yeah, exactly. You can't dwell on that. But yeah, so reading books, and there's a simple little test that anybody can do. Read 10 pages a day. Just read 10 pages a day.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's not just real estate. Top people, they read a lot of books. They read a lot of stuff that's gonna teach them about their business. So
absolutely.
So I'm gonna let you go because you're on the side of the road with the flashers on.
Who cares?
We had a good 20, 25 minutes, and we'll hook up again, and we'll get into something deeper. But I really appreciate you coming on. Yeah. Appreciate you coming on, jumping on, and sharing with my group of people that are in my group. I know I'll get all of those guys to watch it. Anybody else that's tuning in, if you want more information about Nick Krem, you go to nickkrem.com. If you want more information about collaboration with Nick Krem and plenty of other ones that we have at EXP, hit me up at edenglish.me, and we'll get you in touch with whoever you need to continue to learn. So, but I'll get you on again when you're in your studio. Maybe I'll fix my ring light so I'm not like sitting in a bubble here.
Hey, man, I would thoroughly enjoy that. And guys, do yourself a favor and go to edenglish.me. Seriously, man, I enjoy every time we speak. I grow every time we speak, and it's just a true pleasure to be in business with you here, Ed. Like I said, you all owe yourself a favor. Go to edenglish.me.
Thanks, Nick. You too. You've been an inspiration to me and my group, and I'm 61 years old, and I'm learning from a guy that's 27. So. It all works. It all works. And, it's fun. We're having fun, and we're killing it, right, Nick?
And I think that just speaks to your true professionalism. Like something that I know for a fact that in myself and from my mentors all the time. Some of my like biggest mentors are people. All right, now this guy's like, all right, you gotta go. All right, finally, someone's like, what are you doing? All right,
it's bound to happen sooner or later.
Right. He was that guy, right? But man, being coachable no matter what, that is something where, dude, you inspire me to just be like, be always coachable and to always be willing to learn, because that's the only way we can grow.
Yeah. You're growing like crazy. It's amazing watching you grow, and you're just taking the world by the kahunas. How's that?
By the cojones.
Yeah. So, and you're hanging with some really amazing people down there. Veronica Figueroa and Carlos German and all these guys. All these guys. They're just gals. They're just amazing. They're just
all right, Ed. Ed, I'm sorry. See, every time I move, I like there's like little pockets, I guess, downtown that have internet.
That's right. We're going to sign off, and we'll talk to you next time. So we'll see you on the flip flop.
Awesome,
right?
man.
Take care, man.
Appreciate
All right.
You too, Ed.
Take care, buddy.